All right. We are live. Welcome back, everyone. JAYBONE here for Smash This Podcast. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Hope you're all starting your week out smashingly. Hope you all had a good weekend with family and or yourself, depending on what you did. Hope everyone is still staying safe and just getting by. I'll get into news and stuff in a little bit. We'll get the plugs out of the way. Uh, Always trying to grow the brand. The links are in the description if you want to follow Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and I do a little bit of different stuff on each one, especially the Instagram. It's usually something goofy or comical. I don't do a lot of advertising for a lot of advertising for the podcast itself. Riso, what is up, man? I haven't seen you in quite a while. Hope you hello from the UK. Hope you are well over there. I know it's the pandemic's everywhere around the world. Hope you're doing okay. Um, Mr. Peeps, what's shaking? Happy Monday. Those words sound weird together. We try, it's we try, right? It's all we can do. We try, we get by, and just start out the week the best we can. It is what it is. Um, Riso says, which two matches do you think will main event Rebellion? Too big for just one night, right? Come on, I had to. Um, it's hard to say. Time difference. Otherwise, I'd be on live more often. Loyal follower and always watch every video, including TNI reviews. Just can't be with you live very often. Hey, we appreciate whatever. I understand there's a time difference, and I know you catch viewers from wherever and whenever. It's greatly appreciated, Riso. It's thank you. Just the fact that I've been doing this almost 7 years. I know I've said this before, but it bears repeating once in a while. Just every once in a while, you see people say where they're watching from. Like my nephew Paul from over in Hawaii, and he messages me every great once in a while with updates from the islands. Man, it just hits you like, wow, it's so you're not just hitting some dude in the next state over that's watching you. Your people are watching from the other side of the world, and that never escapes me of how awesome that is. And it always makes me feel really. Oops, it's over here. The old ticker makes me feel good. Thank you from wherever you're watching. And I hope you're doing well, because this craziness is all over the place. Mr. Peep says, let's get this Impact news, my guy. I don't know what's going on right now. Haven't been on my social media yet. All right, well, let's get into it. This guy's anxious. He's all right. So this is an update from the horse's mouth itself. Let's head over to Impact Wrestling, and we'll do a little share screen arena because I love doing that. Pretty much everyone is covering this, but this is from the site itself. Impact Rebellion update says in light of restrictions placed upon live events as a result of the coronavirus, Impact Wrestling will hold its next major spectacular, Impact Rebellion, on a closed set with only essential personnel in attendance as per the guidelines put in place by the CDC. Originally planned as a pay-per-view special, Rebellion will now expand into a two-part television event airing April 21st and April 28th as part of the weekly flagship series Impact. Rebellion will air for free on Access TV and Twitch in the US and Fight Network in Canada, along with international Impact broadcast partners around the world. And then it goes on talking about other stuff. And yeah, so that's why I jokingly said in the beginning, too big for just one night, which was, people were laughing about when they said that for WrestleMania. Well, guess what? I'm going to crack the joke now just because I know we're going to see it on the internet later. Be like, oh, Impact is copying WrestleMania now. you know, I'm kidding, but I'm trying to beat people to the punch as a chuckle. But there's going to be fans like the more liberal Impact fans that are very the ones that say that there's nothing else out there. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, and I don't identify with them because I like a lot of different wrestling. Okay, but I'd say my favorite right now by far for the last several years is Impact Wrestling, most consistent. It's the trolls will say they copied them, and then the liberal Impact fans will come out and get all absolutely just ridiculously mad at everything, and it's just so damn funny. All right, so there's that. Jesse Cole, what's up, man? How you doing? Oh, guess it really is too big for just one night. Hey, that's good news to me. Yeah, it just means, a normal pay-per-view is 3-ish hours. Anywhere between like 2.5 to like 3.5 hours, depending on the company, the size of the card. So in order to give the fans a decent show and a decent card, they split it into 2 nights because they're not doing a pay-per-view. It's not, they don't feel it's worthy of a pay-per-view, and it's completely understandable right now. So yeah, it is what it is, and they're going to split up the card. Hakeem Fullerton, what is up? Oh, how are you today? Oh man, yeah, this whole COVID thing, man. I saw something on the news this morning, and I got to talk about it. And I don't like talking about it, but it's me expressing myself and getting stuff off my chest instead of holding it in here, because what I saw was it hit me really. It probably hit me a lot harder than it should have. But I haven't seen something like this in probably almost 100 years. Thinking about world news and world events, I saw something. It was an aerial shot, and I'm going to do my best to not get emotional while I'm talking about this because, man, it messed me up this morning. And that's why I'm coming on here with this news to try to be as positive as possible, but I got to get this out of my system because it really messed me up. It was an aerial view this morning of somewhere in New York of a hole that was dug that was basically the size of my block, and they're doing mass grave burials, and it just and I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. It just, man, it freaked me out when I saw that, because the last time I saw anything like that was when Hitler was, doing his concentration camps, and he killed off just a horrible amount of people. And they had mass graves of like the Jews and whatever Hitler all did back almost 100 years ago. It's terrifying, terrifying. And now this is obviously a different kind of event, but they can't keep up with all the stuff. These bodies are contaminated, and it's oh man, it just really messed me up this morning. And so when I saw this news about Impact Wrestling, like, oh, okay, it's a 2-night event, that cheered me up a little bit, because now we know what's going on. So just, if you guys just excuse me, just, man, I had to get that off my chest. It messed me up, and I'm sorry. I don't like talking about it, but it just made, like, for the people around the country and around the world, if you're in an area that's not hit as bad, be so thankful. And just please don't play this off as like it's something that we don't have to worry about. Yeah, it's scary shit. It's really scary shit. And we don't know when this is ending. It's indefinite at this point. And I just pray that we get ahead of this thing sooner than later, but it's going to be a while. It's going to be an uphill battle for a while. Man, crazy shit. So, we have what we have for now as far as events. We're watching stuff on TV with no crowd. And, man, it's gonna feel so good to get back to a time when we can all sit together. And it's something that we just take for granted. Sitting together as fans for anything, whether it's music or sports or a play, or even you know like my kids aren't here. They're, like my son is at his mom's, and my daughter is in her apartment quarantined right now. And so I'm not one of those parents that homeschools right now. And I feel for the parents that are doing this, because um man, it's shaking families up, and parents are really having to help their kids out, where they're not just dropping kids off at school, and it's all right, now it's the schools thing, and I'm going to go doing my thing and go work my work and whatever. But no, but now the parents are sitting down with their kids, and it's affecting families and everything. And I just can't wait to get back to a time where we can go to kids events and wrestling and concerts and all this kind of stuff, and just be with people elbow to elbow. Before it was like, oh, I don't want to sit next to that person. And when we get back to this, folks, it's going to be so different. um Man, you take stuff for granted, and then you realize, I've been on lockdown now for just over a month now. Easter was a month. And I'm trying so hard to stay positive, and it's little things like, hey, it ain't what it used to be, where thousands of fans are in attendance, whether you like the product or not. And sometimes you get a little too picky. But you know what? When we get back to that, oh, it's gonna shake up the product so much. And we're gonna look at things so differently. I think we're just gonna appreciate everything that much more. And the workers are gonna even appreciate everything that much more. And I know I'm getting like really freaking deep right now, and it's a Monday, and it's um this wasn't meant to get that deep, but I did. So pardon me for doing that. All right, let's jump in the chat. Oh, Hakeem, shit, I'm sorry to hear about that story. We're here for you. Thanks, man. It's, we just got to be there for each other throughout this whole thing. Try to keep saying something that messed me up was a video someone showed of me of a person jumping off a building in New York because they had COVID-19. Dude, there was a dude in my town in Waukesha, because I live just outside Milwaukee, but in Waukesha County, some dude killed his family to save them from the virus. It's like, I saw that headline the other day. I couldn't even read the article. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, I'm scared to go places because I don't want to get sick. But damn, like now that's going on. It's like, oh shit, it's unreal. Here in Chicago, it's supposed to be a peak week. Hard times for sure. Yeah, man, it's the Midwest is getting bad. There's a hot spot near here in West Dallas. I read that article. Michigan's getting bad. Luis, what's shaking, man? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in here in a while. Question of the day. When it comes to traveling both in the U.S. and abroad, do you think uh, will all be forced to get vaccinated in order to go to other places? I don't know how they're going to handle that, dude. I mean, I know right now that, traveling between states now is even really frowned upon. I don't know, man. Um, and I don't know how quick they're going to come up with this vaccine. I know they're hard at work at it. We just got to be patient and be smart and be as safe as possible. Like my wife just went and did a little shopping for stuff today. She picked up one of my scripts and she got me a little snack. Got my combos for later. I know it's kind of a no-no, but man, God, you got to do something to get by, Yeah, my lollipops are, the gimmick. It's, funny, but friends sent me drone footage of sky here. Looks like a ghost town, freaky. Yeah, man, with nobody going anywhere and doing anything, it's like The Walking Dead. When that show started, 10 years ago or whatever it was, and you see the footage of Atlanta and just streets with cars and like nothing and nobody. And now we're dead, and that's how we're living now. It's crazy. How many weeks or months do y'all think this lockdown will last? Well, there's people saying now that we're not going to have public events for at least another year because we got to get ahead of this thing first. And for anybody that said, "Oh, well, we'll get through April and May will be fine." Oh, no, we're not even close to that. If we've got mass burials right now and if we're losing hundreds by the day, we're not even close. I can't even guess, dude. And I don't mean to sound negative, but man, it's too hard to tell right now. We got to take this just a day at a time, a week at a time, a month at a time, and hopefully slowly, the problem is people aren't taking this serious. And I'm not saying you got to shower every 2 seconds of the day, but there are people out there that just are not taking this serious. And that's that bunch that gets sick and then contracts everyone else because they're just not being smart about this, you know? And that's why you're seeing all these commercials with all these celebrities telling you, trying to be the positive influence. They're not being selfish. It's because people do listen to celebrities. You know, that's why the wrestlers from Impact are doing it. I'm sure I haven't seen the WWE ones, but I'm sure they're doing stuff too. And other celebrities and sports figures are, locally doing commercials for the different areas, trying to influence people, saying, hey, we're doing our part. Please do yours. That's why you're seeing stuff like that, because people are sheep and people are idiots and they don't listen. We have to stand up for our rights. Well, I don't know what rights you're talking about. I mean, when people are telling us to stay put and stay safe, it's not about taking away rights. It's just about being healthy and trying to stay healthy. I don't look at it as in rights. And if they have to implement martial law to get people to sit down and listen, hey, it's because of the people that didn't sit down and listen. Let it out, my guy. I missed the Rebellion Blues. I'll have to rewatch. Oh, it's just that Rebellion is now going to be 2 days. It's too big for just one. That was my joke. There was like, oh, they're ripping off the WWE. It's a joke, man. I'm just being silly. I gotta be damn. You know me. Too big for just one night. It's gonna be on, what is it now? It's I'm not gonna bring it up again. I'm just gonna click on the, come on, click. Clickety click click. It's 21st and 28th. And they're gonna split it up into 2 nights. So that's what it is. I heard Tessa and Sammy might not be wrestling at Rebellion due to the COVID-19 thing, according to a video made by BQ of the Impact Lounge. Yeah, I don't know, like I said this yesterday. We all have our own sources and news things that we talk about. I know people that were there at the tapings and I could get information, but I'm not spoiling anything. Okay. We just got to be patient and wait and take this a week at a time and see how they build this up. Obviously, stuff is going to change. Okay. We have to be patient and see how they do it. Okay. So I'm trying to stick with the positives for now instead of, oh, they're destroying the card and we're not getting the same thing, so it's crap. I'm trying not to be that guy, okay? Like uber critical and whatever. I'm taking the positives at a time, being the guys who are reviewing the shows, and it is what it is. And that's all we can do. Mr. Fretz, what is up, man? Oh, man, we're just getting by. We're sipping some coffee. Oh, there's some yellow jacket idiots in Vancouver protesting the lockdown, protesting in large groups, conspiracy, anti-government, Nazi types. Makes me sick. And those are the ones that are screwing up everything and getting sick. A month ago, there was a group of kids that went from like point A to point B down in Florida for spring break because, there's no school now, or at the time, or whatever it was, a month ago, whatever it was. And they went down and they did their thing and they party. And guess what? Hundreds came back infected. And guess what they did? They infected more. It's stupid. It's stupidity like that is getting us behind this horrible fight. On a more lighthearted note, wrestling-related topic, would anyone be interested in Impact turning Kylie Ray heel sometime in the future? Oh, man. I think everybody's just used to her being bubbly and like she's so genuine, you know? She's not like fake, ooh, I'm happy, you know? When she comes out and you see that joy and that emotion in her face, that's as real as it gets right there. I'm sure it could happen at some point. It's just really hard to envision that. Too many idiots in the young crowd. I think it's mostly older ones. Yeah, right? Is she that Smiley girl who was in the AEW Battle Royal? Yes. Smiley Kylie. Yes. Yes. Yep. I see it. Fire to part. Hey, yeah, because we're partying so hard over here. Over soon. What? Okay. Beastie Boys. Yeah, love me some Beastie Boys, man. Just my favorite. Just like, I know we're like straying off topic here, but whatever. It is what it is. Paul's Boutique, my favorite Beastie Boys. Classic. 88, 88, 89, whenever it was. Very unique, very different. Too big for one night. Just and get it 2 or 2 nights in a row. Oh, no, just kidding. You guys, that's what she said. The classic. Yeah, it's funny. Lots of creative minds and Impact. Could be awesome. Yeah, like I said, it is what it is for now. It's close set, no audience. Be thankful for what you have. You know, they could be shutting everything down like other companies, and we're not getting nothing. You know, we don't know what they're doing with the tag team stuff. Are they going to strip the North of their championships? You know, because of what's going on, and do like what NXT is doing and do a interim tag team thing, you know, for whoever they got. I don't know. We don't know what they did. I have no clue, you know, because the guys from the North are stuck up in Canada, you know, unless they produce something up there, because Scott D'Amore is up there, I think, unless he traveled to the US. I don't know. I have no idea. I think it's great that they're still putting on shows. It helps give people something to look forward to. Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to look at it. Weekly wrestling has really been helping me get through this. Extra appreciation for all companies, promotions who have been dropping all the free content. Yeah, like AAW is dropping like free shows from past, you know, it's great stuff. Rebellion, the event so great it needs 2 shows to air it. Yeah, there you go. That's another way to put it. Impact has done some of the cinematic treatment in the past. Wouldn't mind if they did a few matches like that again. Yeah, I mean, you have to try to keep the audience entertained and engaged. And so I have absolutely no doubt with what's going on that we are going to see more of that, you know, or switch it up and give something completely different. I saw something else that I wanted to talk about for a bit. If you'll bear with me, that's not it. Oh, PW Insider just put up the Impact Wrestling stuff that I just talked about. That's interesting. No, what did I see? Give me just a second here. I'm trying to find the link. So yeah, I guess Raw's going to be live tonight. That's interesting. And Jerry Lawler's back. If you guys are interested in that. There's what else did I see? Oh, here we go. All right, so they made the brackets for this round robin thing for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship, and I'm actually interested because there's some names in here that are really I'm really curious to see. Number one, I haven't seen them in a long time, and some I've never seen before. So yeah, this is interesting. All right, so Group A is Kushida, Drake Maverick. Man, it's just so good to see Rockstar Spud again. Let me tell you, man. Tony Nese and Jake Atlas. Now, I've heard a lot about Jake Atlas, but I've never seen him before. I mean, I've heard things about the LGBTQ thing, whatever. That that okay, that's fine and good and all, but I've never seen him in the ring. So that's a new, and he's one of the newest guys they have. So that's really interesting. The Beast, what is up? You missed the Impact stuff. It's the 2-night deal, 21st and 28th. There's the really quick, abbreviated version. now I'm on to some other stuff. I'll say, okay, so yeah, Group A, Kushida, Drake Maverick, Tony Nese, Jake Atlas. Group B, Akira Tozawa, Jake Gallagher, Isaiah Swerve Scott, and here's this one. Now, I heard he debuted, but I didn't hear what he did. So the fact that he's in this tournament makes me even more curious to see what they're going to do. El Hijo del Fantasma, a.k.a. King Cuerno from Lucha Underground, or, Phantasma from, AAA. I don't know what, you know what? Let me go to the WWE.com and let me see if they renamed him something else. Let me see here if I can find the news. Ricochet is on the new Break It Down. Oh, I don't even know what that is, but I like it. Okay, here we go. El Hijo del Fantasma. So they're calling him Okay, that's interesting. Isn't that what they called him down in AAA? That's interesting. The North has been tag champs for 279 days. Yeah, they just showed they had their 1-year anniversary of their debut. They showed that on social media yesterday. That's pretty crazy. Good brother, I got my coffee, about to record a podcast. It's a very special cameo intro, so stay tuned. Dude, send me the link. I'm curious, man. Or tag me in it so I can share it and go check it out. That tournament actually looks dope. I don't think WWE has ever done a round robin style before. Yeah, I mean, I've really got to refresh my memory because I'm thinking it's just like tournament. Like you think, hey, this guy fights this guy, and then the winner goes on to fight the winner of the next round or whatever. Isn't that how they usually do it? Now they're changing it up. But whatever. That kind of change is good. It's like, something different than the norm. Jake Atlas is great. I expect this will be a good showcase for him. Yeah, win or lose, right? King Cuerno. Man, it makes me want to go watch some Lucha Underground, right? If Impact's booking gets a little weird, then I won't be too critical or upset like some other people. Well, yeah, I'm not saying you got to love everything, but just try to be considerate of what's going on. They have to change stuff up and they're doing their best with what they got, you know? So just try to appreciate it for what it is. And if, and some people like, um, what did I read? Oh, like CM Punk said publicly, this stuff is unwatchable. Okay, if you gotta like take yourself out of the whole scheme of things and then just go binge watch some shit on Netflix, then that's what you gotta do. You know, there are fans like that. And that's why I've noticed there's been a significant drop in certain things that I'm reviewing because people are not engaged. Viewership is down on everything. It's not just, oh, this brand sucks this week, apparently. No, everything is down. Okay. It's affecting everything, and people are just busy doing other stuff, trying to, like, oh, I can't stand watching it like this. Okay. Then you step away for a while. That's what it is. That's whatever. Not judging. Totally. I get it. Trust me. Hey, they got to work with who they got right. Can't hate on it. Yeah, there you go. People gave Impact a lot of crap for doing the whole B movie cinematic stuff. Now more promotions are forced to embrace it. Yeah, you just like creativity is coming out in people that we've never seen before. We got the Boneyard match. We had the what the hell was it called? The Firefly Funhouse, thingy. Some liked it, some didn't, and yeah, it's bringing a whole new light to the world of wrestling, and it's got a classic feel to it because that's what they did back in the day with Undertaker. They did more behind the scenes kind of cinematic backstage stuff, and now they're doing it again. But you got to do it in doses. It can't be every freaking match, and I don't want to see a 45-minute special like that. Give me 15, 20 minutes. Give me 2 segments of your show of this special thing. It doesn't have to be almost an hour long. I don't need that. I think that's overdoing it. Like that's what I'm talking about is like I heard Tommaso Ciampa and Gargano had like one last big fight, but it was like almost an hour long. And I'm like, damn, no, I'm not even going to try to watch that. You instantly took me out of it because you made it too damn long. Like, I'm all for a Iron Man match here and there, but considering how they made Randy Orton versus Edge, no, then I'm not interested. And I feel bad saying that. I said that when I was reviewing, when I was doing a watch along for WrestleMania. I was sitting there with Styles like, fuck, dude. Like, I love these guys, but dude, it was so hard to like stay engaged. It was painful for me to sit here that long and try to get through it. It's like, damn, dude, you could have kicked the shit out of each other for 10 minutes and I'd have been good. But it took them half an hour to get to the top of the truck. It's like, what the damn? God bless them for trying. It just, man, and I'm sure there's people that loved it. I just couldn't do it. I believe AJ Styles says he wasn't a fan of the whole cinematic stuff with the Boneyard match. I don't know. I didn't see anything official from him. I'm sure it's not what he wanted, but you know what? I dug it. I appreciated it. There was because you can do that stuff with certain people, and it's like there's an okay factor to it. Like, oh, it's the Undertaker. He's in a cemetery. That automatically is like, oh, okay, I get it. I don't care who you throw in with it. It worked. The numbers were against the Undertaker. He fought against the forces of evil and everyone in the cloaks and the whatever, which is weird because usually they're the ones carrying the torches and helping him, but he destroyed all of them because they were all against him. So that was interesting, but whatever. LEX versus OGs in the street fight, cinematic, but didn't take forever. Yeah, that's a perfect example. They beat the shit out of each other for like 5-10 minutes, and then it was over. Impact could show pay-per-views from the past or present if they can't air any new content. Yeah, I mean, we very well may get to that point where people just can't do anything. Hopefully we can stay ahead of this and everyone stays safe. I mean, the odds are really against us right now. So yeah, we get what we get for now. Been watching old TNA Impact pay-per-views. Great stuff. Watched Destination X 2012 on Friday. The show was fire. Man, and I can't even remember who the hell was on that one. But yeah, man. There's good stuff from Impact Wrestling's past and bad stuff. So yeah, that's about it. I wanted to do about a half an hour talking about a couple key points and just talking to you guys because you guys have been good chatters on here when you're on here with me. This is funny. I'll put this up here and then I'll get on here. AEW fans have been bragging over the recent report that The Rock watches AEW. Yeah, because it's good stuff. I think it's good stuff. And The Rock is one of those iconic people where people pay attention to that. And strangely enough, a lot of people are going to go, oh, The Rock thinks it's pretty good. Maybe I should go check it out. You know how many people are going to do that? And it's funny because if you think about it for a second, I'm sure there's a lot of people that poo-pooed AEW for even starting. And now all of a sudden they look at that and they go, huh, interesting. Rock had a workout a few years ago, handful of years ago, whatever it was. He was wearing a Lucha Underground t-shirt while he was working out. You got to wonder how many people he influenced to go check out Lucha Underground. Funny, right? Glad you did this. Needed a break from housework. Well, there you go. I'm glad I could take you away from your surroundings for a bit. All right. So later tonight, me and the guys are going to do NWA TNA 20. And on our way out of here, just want to remind you guys, the link is in the description. We got the new Smash This Podcast merch. I'm going to be talking with the guys from What For Apparel because someone suggested, was it Humble Beast? Someone suggested a new design for a shirt. I'm going to be talking to him about that because I think the idea is great. They suggested Smash This Podcast on like a giant lollipop or whatever. Kind of classic to the old, Tootsie Roll thing, except it's Smash This Podcast on there. So I'm going to try to get that going. Hopefully that gets something. My wife was actually interested in that one. She's like, I'd wear that. Like it would like generate sales for women, which is okay. It's just fun. It's just interesting. Some things would attract other genders or whatever. So, all right. There's that. So yeah, go check out the link is in the description. There's t-shirts, long sleeve tees, because apparently winter still is not done. It's in like the 30s around here in Wisconsin, and we're creeping towards mid-April, which is ridiculous. But hey, thanks Canada for all the cold shit. Blame Canada. And I mean that in the most loving way. So yeah, me and the TNI guys will be back later tonight, reviewing episode 20 and regular Impact review tomorrow night. We're going to have a guest on with us. The new guy who's doing a bunch of media stuff for us. Who knows? He might even help me out here. Because God knows I'd appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you guys later tonight. And take care. Be safe. Much love. God bless. And we'll see you down the road. Have a good one.